Well, the easiest way to tell when you need new wipers, see that? It's not, it leaves streaks behind. That's how you know. Simple as that. So how long do these OEM wipers last? Exactly 3 years. Driver's side isn't as bad. Surprisingly, the one in the back is out too. So I'm just going to replace all three before I bring in the car for the state inspection. I've always been a fan of the auto drive from Walmart. It's cheap and it does the job. I even use it on all my other cars. Doesn't matter how nice they are or not. I just use those because they're cheap and they're meant to be replaced every year or two anyways. But this time I couldn't find the proper size, so I had to go for the next cheapest option, the Michelin. And unfortunately they didn't have every size, so I had to get the rear wiper from Amazon. So you see the packaging is a little different. But I still maintain that if you're able to find the auto drive brand at your Walmart, just to go for that one. I'm not going to go into too much detail on how to remove these. They're usually the same. You just flip them around, pull at it, and then just remove it from the hook. In the back, it looks like they use a little pin that you just pop in and out. The fronts use a hook, a typical hook style. So what you do is, OEM is a little more difficult. You just bring it all the way around, and for some reason, like I mentioned, they use an extra thing here that keeps it from popping out as easily as they usually do. But I think it's because they made these to be replaceable. But yeah, you just gotta have to kind of wiggle that clip until it comes out. A little more difficult than a typical car, but I just use brute force and it works. So a quick oversight, that rear wiper, that notch is a lot thicker than the replacement one I got, so it's not even gonna fit. So what I'm doing is I'm just swapping over the blade rubber and the metal straps to the old blade arm. These are metal straps that I'm talking about, one on each side, so be aware of that. They come out quite easily. I can't do this with one hand, and I don't have a tripod right now, but I'm just swapping those out, and it should be good to go. Okay, and there we go. It's not perfect. I had to trim the edges a little bit, but it's a lesson learned. Next time I'll probably just get an OEM style wiper. Again, that notch. Don't you guys just love proprietary things? I do. Psych. Fortunately for the front, with this standard hook, is a straight shot. You just have to match the curve on the end of this. I think you could even do it one-handed. Yeah, just line up that hook, that clip, push it all the way in, and it should click in place. And there you go. Easy. Again, one more. Hooks here. Okay, have it facing like that. The round edge on top. Just squeeze it in through that hole in the top. It should line right up. Pull it until you hear a click. There you go. Done. It looks simple, but for many years I kept flipping it backwards, so I understand if you're having a little bit of trouble. But after you do a few of these, it'll be second nature. This packaging is great for packaging up your old wipers and throwing them away. Don't know if you can see that, but it looks good. As to why this happens so often, well, one of my theories is that if you live in a northern state like I do, you get a lot of snow. Let's say after it stops snowing, you got some of that ice on your windshield, well, it gets hard after it melts, refreezes, and then a lot of people get lazy, like myself. You take the scraper, you don't get every little last bit of ice off, and what happens is that when you try to use the wiper, that rubber is very so cold, it just rips. And then in spring, you're wondering why you have all these streaks. I don't know if that's always the case, but that's just my theory and what I've noticed. Something that you don't really think about when you're clearing snow off. You just want to get it done and start driving. Well, I hope this helped someone today. If it did, give this a thumbs up. Again, my OEM one lasted exactly 3 years, and I'm pretty happy with it. But aftermarket is a lot cheaper, and it does just as well, as you can see.